Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of All About Me for Real. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I am going to be cooking chicken enchiladas again. It was requested by my son. And I also will be baking Jamaican jerk chicken in the oven. Not outside, it's raining. So guys, this is a budget friendly meal because I'm using a whole chicken, and you can get two of these chicken. I buy them like a twin pack in Walmart. This is not a promoted, video, but I got two of them in there for $7 and some change, call it $8 for two whole chicken. So I'm using one of the chicken, so let's call that chicken $4. Okay, so this is a $4 chicken, and I have the other ingredients at home in my refrigerator. So if you're looking to budget, you can go ahead and do that. So I've put the water in my pot, and here I'm putting my seasoning in. I've put the Creole seasoning, the Slap Your Mama seasoning. I've also gonna be putting some Italian seasoning so that it will have a herbal taste. And I also will be adding some red crushed pepper flakes. Guys, I love spicy, so you'll be seeing me use a lot of spice in this video, and you don't have to question because I just told you all I love spice. So once all my spices are in, I'm going to be adding my natural seasoning. So now that I've put all my powder seasoning in the pot, my natural seasoning are going to be dried rosemary, thyme, dried thyme, onions, and garlic. And those are my natural seasoning. Have to use the natural seasoning, okay? That's what gives your pot the secret flavor, not just the powder. Cover that pot up and let it do its thing. Okay, back over to the sink. So here's my $4 chicken. Okay guys, and I'm gonna remove it from the package, and I will be cleaning this chicken thoroughly. I'll be washing it with vinegar, and then I'm going to be sectioning this chicken in different pieces. The breast I'm gonna be separating because I'm gonna use the breast in that seasoned pot that I just put on the stove. So the breast of the chicken is what I'm gonna be using to make the enchiladas. So here you can see me putting my bag down, where when I clean my chicken, I'll be putting all the parts that's not needed in that bag. And then I have my white vinegar. That's what I'm gonna be using to wash my chicken, to get all the slime and grime off. I forgot to record the part where I put the chicken in the pot, but there it is. Chicken is in the pot. So here, this is my chicken, and I'm poking it with a knife. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I season my chicken, I want the season to absorb in the meat of the chicken. You know, it's like seasoned to the bone. Yes, guys, so there it is. I've poked my chicken all over, and then I'm gonna be pouring some olive oil, just a little in there, and this is to make the seasoning stick. You want your seasoning to stick in your chicken, you pour a little oil. Then I'm gonna be adding some slap your mama. Next is our pepper flakes. Then we're gonna be adding some, I think that's garlic powder, and then some onion powder. And not the garlic salt, guys, or the onion salt, it's the powder. Next, we're adding some parsley flakes. Now we're gonna be cutting up our natural seasoning. So here I'm cutting up my onion. I'm using half of an onion. And you can use any onion you want to. You know, we all have different taste buds. So I'm using the white onion there. And I'm using a piece of bell pepper, not a lot. And also I had put some thyme inside. And here I'm cutting up my bell pepper. I didn't use a lot because the jerk seasoning has a lot of natural seasoning already that was blended up inside the bottle. So I'm going to be putting that on my chicken too. And so here I'm putting the last of my seasoning, that's the garlic. So here we have our jerk seasoning, and I'm using the spicy. They have it in the mild also, but like I said before, guys, I love spicy. So yeah, I am going spicy. And I use a lot of the jerk seasoning, so my chicken will be looking dark because of the amount of seasoning I use. But I just love the flavor, you know, of it, so I use a lot. You don't have to. That's just me. I'm extra. So here I'm putting the chicken in my baking dish, and you can place your chicken in any way you want to, any shape or form. I'm just putting them the best way that everything can fit. And that long piece right there is the back of the chicken. No, I don't throw it away. In Jamaica, we love chicken back. And we love chicken neck, so I have to put it in there. Nothing waste, nothing dash way. So here I am scraping out all my natural seasoning. And I don't know if you had noticed earlier, but I did put some of the seasoning up underneath the sink. And even though this looks like I'm sticking it in the oven or very soon, no, I did have it in the bowl marinating for about 40 minutes before I put it in the oven. So now I'm going to be frying some corn tortillas, and the corn tortillas is for the enchilada. And why do I fry them? I don't fry them crispy. I fry them soft, and I just let them stay on each side for about 4 to 5 seconds. And when you kind of fry them in the oil, it makes the shell very soft, very flexible, because when you put the filling and you start to roll them to put in your baking dish, your corn tortilla shells will not break, you know, or crumble. And here I'm doing 3 at a time in our pot. And you see how fast I flip them? Then I take them out and put in the plate. That's very easy to do, guys. And I'll continue doing the rest the same way. And I will be doing 12 corn tortilla shells because I'm making 12 enchiladas. My baking dish can yield up to 12 enchiladas. I make them all the time, so I know exactly how much my baking dish they can hold. So the chicken is finished baking. So I turn the stove off and I am going to be taking them out of the pot. And my chicken broth, I'm going to be saving that. I'm not going to be showing that in the video, but I usually save my chicken broth. And once it's cooled to room temperature, I'll strain it. And then I'll put it in a Ziploc bag and I'll stick it in the freezer. And when I'm gonna be cooking something that calls for chicken broth in the recipe, I have my own homemade chicken broth that is seasoned and tasty. So here I am shredding the chicken, and I use 2 forks to shred my chicken. And I'm just gonna show you how I do one piece, and then I'm gonna fast forward and shred all the chicken. There we have it. And that's all our chicken shredded. Now I'm gonna be preparing all the ingredients that I'm gonna be using for my enchilada. I'll be using the shredded cheese and the enchilada sauce, which is the mild. I've never seen the spicy, so yeah, I have to go with the mild. So I will be dipping all the tortillas inside the enchilada sauce. And this is a messy recipe, guys. So yeah, I have to use my hands and, you know, prepare each enchilada. So what I'm doing here is I'm layering the chicken in the center of the dipped corn tortilla. And then I am putting cheese on top of it and then rolling it and putting it in the baking dish. When your tortilla doesn't stick down, you can use a fork and dip it and kind of wipe on the corn tortilla and then just press it down and it will stay. And I will be doing the rest, all 12 enchiladas, and filling the dish. Now I'm applying the cheese on the enchiladas. So here I am sauteing some bell peppers and chopped up onions. And I'm sauteing them because that's gonna be the topping on my enchiladas. So I'm gonna be laying this in the center part where the cheese is, where I had sprinkled the cheese on the enchilada. It's gonna give your enchilada that pop. you know, that nice flavor. You can use whatever topping you like. You can use jalapeno peppers, cilantro, olives. You can put diced tomatoes. You can put whatever toppings that you like. Remember, guys, you can turn this recipe into your own recipe. You know, it's about your taste buds and about what you like. I'm just using the bell peppers and the onions. That's not the white onions, I should say. I have green onions in my backyard, but it's raining right now and I'm not going out there to slip and slide, so I'm just gonna go with the flow and use whatever I have. So I'm gonna be using some parsley to finish it off, to make it look pretty. And I will also be using, guess what, guys? Some crushed pepper flakes, I should say. Yeah, because I like that spice. And I'm putting it on generously. And remember, you don't have to put that on there. If you don't like it, you don't have to put it on there. You make it your own. And if you don't like the toppings, you can just put the cheese. I will be putting the foil on top of the baking dish so that the foil will trap the heat, you know, in the baking dish. And that's what's gonna melt cheese. And the cheese and the juices of the sauce and everything is just going to melt and combine in these enchiladas and make it moist and delicious. And my chicken is almost finished baking. So it's been in there about 45 minutes, and my enchiladas is gonna take about, I will say, 15 minutes. And then I'll take the foil off and then stick it back in there for another 2 minutes. So this is what my finished product is looking like, my enchiladas and my Jamaican jerked baked chicken. So I'm taking out 2 of the enchiladas and you see how moist and gooey they are. And here I am taking out a piece of my jerk baked chicken. And this is so tender, guys. It's so tender. There's a piece of natural seasoning. I'll remove it and stick it back in the baking dish. And there we have it, guys. I am now putting some sour cream on top of my enchiladas. That's how I like it. So guys, that's my meal. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up.